Get ready to relive the most epic moments of Dragon Ball Z, where every fight and transformation left us breathless and glued to the screen. Today, we're diving into the most iconic times when characters shocked us with impressive displays of power, ultimate flexes that marked the history of anime. If you're a fan of intense battles, incredible transformations, and speeches that give you chills, this is the video for you. Without further ado, let's embark on this journey through the most powerful Dragon Ball Z moments that define a generation of fans. Number 10. A lesson in Super Saiyan. Vegeta, the Prince of the Saiyans, may have left his days of rampant destruction behind, but he is still one of the most formidable fighters in the series. When Broly and his father decide to attack him, Vegeta sees this as an opportunity to teach the young, uncontrolled Saiyan a lesson. Without wasting time, Vegeta begins to demonstrate all the transformations a Saiyan can achieve, starting with the classic Golden Super Saiyan all the way to the advanced forms, like the red-haired Super Saiyan God. The way Vegeta handles this fight is not just physical, but a true lesson. He humiliates Broly by showing his mastery over these forms, proving that experience and control are just as important as raw power. The contrast between Broly's wild aggression and Vegeta's methodical precision makes this battle visually and emotionally captivating. And to top it all off, the stunning animation elevates the fight to another level, with vibrant colors and perfectly choreographed action scenes that leave us breathless. Vegeta not only wins the fight, but also proves that even though his villainous days are behind him, he's still one of the most powerful and cunning warriors in the universe. Number 9. The first final flash. This moment is a true landmark in Vegeta's journey. After Cell reaches his perfect form, he quickly takes down all the Z fighters who dare challenge him, including Vegeta himself. Vegeta's pride and ego are shattered when he realizes his punches no longer have any effect on Cell. Humiliated and enraged, he decides to unleash his most powerful move, the final flash. The build-up to the attack is a spectacle in itself. The sky darkens, and Vegeta's energy begins to accumulate in a colossal way. When he finally releases the final flash, the power of the attack is so intense that it takes off half of Cell's body and illuminates a fraction of the planet. The explosion is so massive that it feels like the very universe bends to Vegeta's power. Even though Cell regenerates, the emotional impact of this moment is gigantic. Vegeta, in his rage and pride, showed that he still had tricks up his sleeve and that, even against an invincible enemy, he was willing to risk it all. It was a moment of pure glory and power, a true flex from the Prince of the Saiyans. Number 8. Goku returns to the fight. After exhausting the power of Ultra Instinct, everyone thought Goku was down for the count. With Jiren at the peak of his power, taking down both Frieza and Android 17, the hopes of Universe 7 seemed completely crushed. The tension was high and defeat seemed inevitable. But as always, Goku surprises everyone. In a battered state, covered in injuries, and completely worn out, he stands up again and throws himself back into the battle. What makes this moment even more incredible is how Goku, despite being on his last legs, manages to join forces with Frieza, his longtime enemy, and Android 17 for one final, desperate attack against Jiren. This unlikely union between heroes and villains shows the true essence of Goku, his ability to turn even his enemies into allies when the goal is greater. Goku's return to the fight is a reminder that even when all seems lost, his determination and fighting spirit never fade. And, of course, seeing Goku unleashing his ki energy alongside Frieza is one of the most iconic images of this saga. Number 7. Vegeta refuses to fall. Facing Kid Buu is, without a doubt, one of the biggest challenges in the series. The Pink Destroyer can knock around even Goku in his Super Saiyan 3 form, one of the most powerful forms ever seen. And against a base-level Vegeta, the situation seemed even more desperate. Buu pummels him relentlessly, smashing him into the ground with brutal blows. Anyone else would have given up, but not Vegeta. Even though he's completely exhausted, bleeding, and literally being pushed into the dirt, Vegeta refuses to give in. His stubbornness, his willpower, and his pride as the Prince of the Saiyans keep him from falling. He continues to stand, even when his body no longer responds. This scene isn't just about physical strength. It's a pure display of Vegeta's unbreakable spirit. He faces Buu not as an invincible monster, but as an enemy he must defeat, no matter the cost. This resilience even impresses Buu, who starts to realize that Vegeta isn't just any warrior. He's someone who will fight to the end, regardless of the odds. Number 6. Gohan gets serious again. Gohan has always been one of the most complex characters in Dragon Ball Z. After defeating Cell, many believed he would become the next main protagonist, but over time, he drifted away from fighting. However, when Super Buu threatens everything he loves, Gohan returns to action, this time with renewed power thanks to his training with the Elder Kai. His entrance into the battle is one of the most epic moments in the entire series. He arrives just in time to save Piccolo and Gotenks, and without hesitation, begins to tear Super Buu apart with surprising ease. Buu's arrogance quickly fades as Gohan shows just how powerful he has become. This brief but powerful battle reminds fans of Gohan's potential and how he could have been the strongest warrior had he continued training. Though his fight with Buu didn't last long, it was enough to rekindle the respect and admiration fans had for him. Number 5. Goku no-sells Frieza's punch. In Dragon Ball Super, the long-awaited rematch between Goku and Frieza brought one of the most thrilling battles of the series. Both had gained new forms, Goku with his Super Saiyan Blue and Frieza with his new Golden transformation. Initially, it seemed that Golden Frieza was on par with, or even surpassing, Goku. But then, Goku showed why he's still the most formidable warrior in the galaxy. In an epic moment, Frieza lands a direct punch on Goku, expecting to cause damage. However, to Frieza's shock, Goku doesn't even flinch. He absorbs the punch like it was nothing and responds with a devastating counterpunch that leaves Frieza completely dazed. This is a true Goku flex, showing that even with all of Frieza's new power, Goku is still in a league of his own. Number 4. Trunks avenges the future. Androids 17 and 18 wreak havoc on Trunks' future, destroying everything he loved and turning his world into a nightmare. The first time Trunks faced them, he was easily defeated. But after intense training, Trunks returns with immense strength, ready to avenge his destroyed timeline. This time, the story is very different. With impressive precision and power, Trunks annihilates androids 17 and 18, as well as Imperfect Cell, in a way that makes it clear he's now on a completely different level. This moment is especially emotional because it represents Trunks' redemption and the revenge he longed for. He finally brings peace to his future by defeating the monsters that ruined his life. Number 3. Gohan's Super Saiyan 2 transformation. Gohan's transformation into Super Saiyan 2 is undoubtedly one of the most iconic moments in anime history. During the battle with Cell, Gohan is pushed over the edge by the sacrifice of Android 16, and in a burst of rage, he unleashes all the power he had inside. This transformation not only changes the course of the battle, but also redefines who Gohan is as a character. With his new form, Gohan shows no mercy. He effortlessly destroys the Cell JRS and confronts Cell himself, who quickly realizes he's facing an opponent far more powerful than expected. Gohan becomes the strongest character in the series at that moment, and his transformation is one of the most powerful and emotional scenes ever seen in Dragon Ball Z. Number 2. Vegeta's final sacrifice. When Vegeta succumbs to the dark side and becomes Majin Vegeta, it seemed like his redemption arc was completely shattered. But at the most critical moment, he makes a decision that surprises everyone. Facing Majin Buu, Vegeta chooses to sacrifice his own life in an attempt to destroy the monster. This sacrifice is one of the most emotional moments in the entire series. Vegeta, who had always been driven by pride and the pursuit of power, finally finds something worth fighting for: his family and friends. Before his self-destruction, he says goodbye to Trunks, Bulma, and even Goku in a scene that touched fans worldwide. Number 1. I Am Son Goku. No list of epic Dragon Ball moments would be complete without Goku's first transformation into Super Saiyan. During the battle against Frieza after Kuririn's death, Goku finally unlocks his true power and reaches the legendary form. The speech he gives to Frieza is absolutely chilling. He's not just any warrior, he's the Super Saiyan that Frieza feared so much. This moment defined an entire era of anime and placed Goku in the pantheon of the greatest heroes in pop culture. The transformation, the speech, and the battle that follows are the pinnacle of the series, and to this day, they continue to be a reference for power and determination. And that concludes our journey through the most epic moments of Dragon Ball Z. Each of these moments reminds us why we love this series so much, with its intense battles, captivating characters, and lessons of courage and sacrifice. Which of these moments is your favorite? Don't forget to leave your comment. Until next time, and keep exploring the incredible universe of Dragon Ball.